Welcome everybody back to my YouTube channel, and welcome all of those who are listening on the podcast. So we do have 4 different objects today. All 4 are meteorites, but they are from 4 different places. So the first one that we are going to do is from Nantan. Okay. And the second one is from Campo de Cielos. Alrighty, and the third one is from Vaca, Muerta, and the fourth one is from Durango. Okay, so usually whatever pulls on you the most, that will be the reading for you. There on the description you will see the timestamps for these 4. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so this is for those who picked the meteorite that landed in Nantan. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this right here on the side. I also do have some special guests, which are my spirits, my souls, that will be assisting me with the readings. That way we are able to bring forward whatever messages, information that is needed for our viewers and our listeners in the podcast. So I am going to go ahead and start by lighting this tea light. This is not only just for the element, but it is also for them, since they are assisting. I do have my fan going on because it is a little bit toasty, but we'll go ahead and turn it off and we'll do what it do. Okay, so I am going to leave this here, that way you all can see it too. What I'm also going to be lighting is going to be some incense. That way we have that going. That way we are cleansing my space and also the viewers. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, and I'm gonna put this here on the side. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so we are going to start with the overall energy for July 2023. Okay, so I am going to be adding a little bit more card decks than I usually do, but for all of those who picked the meteorite from Nantan, what is their overall energy, please? Oh, okay. So we have 2 cards. Oh, okay. Love, love, love. Okay, so we do have spiritual union and memories of love. Okay, so it seems like for the overall energy, there is going to be some spiritual union. This could be with your twin flame, with a soulmate, right? But because these 2 cards are together, I feel like not only are you going to have a connection. Now, this can be with somebody romantically. This could be a friend, a family member, but this overall is going to be a loved one, somebody who there's just a lot of love, a lot of connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be chemistry, but I feel like for some it is going to be romantically, and for another ones it's just going to be like a very deep connection, right? And on top of that, I feel like it's going to be somebody from either from your current past, like in this lifetime, or somebody from a past life who is re-entering and finding you again in this one. When I feel like if you haven't met them, you will definitely know right away. You're just gonna like it's really hard to explain because I have went through this. Sorry, but it's somebody definitely that you know. So it's gonna be like that familiar energy, like I've seen them somewhere, I know them from somewhere, and you can't like really think, you know, like, where do I know them from? Where do I know them from? And you might just like keep thinking that. But obviously, you know, not everybody is able to access the Akashic records, or not everybody is able to get like visions or downloads and, you know, kind of like get full on confirmation and details of your previous connection with this person from like a past life and stuff like that. But I do feel like there is going to be reconnecting with someone. Also, because the conflict and defeat is at the bottom, I feel like either romantically or just like relationship wise, you know, like relationship, you can have relationships with your friends, with your loved ones, with your family members, relationships with like your business partner, you know. So it doesn't necessarily, again, how I said previously, it doesn't necessarily mean like somebody romantically, but there is going to be a lot of love there. And probably you come from a journey or path where you have been alone, where you have been full, you know, just in like darkness, without any type of support. I'm just going to go ahead and relight this as I'm talking. And now you're finding this person who, it's kind of like the universe has answered your prayers, where now you are getting somebody who is fully supporting you on your path, on your journey, whatever that might be. Or, you know, just like somebody who is there to, who you can vent to, who you can talk to, who you can actually be your full authentic self, right? It doesn't matter where along your journey you are, where, you know, you're in your shadow work, or you have already passed by it, or you're already still healing from like past traumas, whatever it might be. This person is definitely not gonna judge you. This person or people, I feel like it's a person, but it could also be people. This is just somebody that you have been longing for years, for weeks, for days, you know, like, for example, there's also like some situations where some of us, you know, you have a friendship, this person seems to be like, wow, like they're just everything, you know, they're everything you wanted in a friend. They're supportive, they're there, they care for you, they love you as like as if you were one of their siblings, one of their children, or they just treat you with high respect and they're fully there for you. But then at the end of that relationship, you find out that they actually were not what they seemed like. They were actually the complete opposite, but they probably had some mask, or, you know, whatever it was. So you kind of know the reasoning of why now both of you are like going your separate ways. I feel like for some of you, this new person is going to come into your life after a situation like that. So it could be after you romantically separate from someone, or after just whatever relationship comes to an end, right? Because a lot of times we do need to let go of people, of things, in order for what is of our highest good and what is actually meant for us to actually come through. Okay, so for the overall energy, I'm also going to go ahead and pull a card from this moon deck because I really like it. Oh, okay, that one just shot away. Okay, so I'm not gonna take the meaning upside down, but we're kind of gonna go ahead and read it. So it says luck is on your side. So how the deck was underneath, the conflict and defeat one. With this, new moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is like, it's a sign of fire. So a lot of fiery energies around you, a lot of creativity, a lot of passion, a lot of like just drive to keep going, right? Especially if you have been in conflict and defeat and things have not been going your way and you've been feeling alone and you just feel in this journey where it's like just full of darkness, right? This person comes in, new energies come in, it's supportive, new opportunities start to come through, right? All of a sudden luck is on your side. So I really love this because in the month of July there is going to be a lot of beautiful new opportunities, new people, new energies, and it just seems like things are going to just completely flip around for you, compared to how it has been going on for you. If that has been negative, or if it just hasn't been going the way that you have been wanting to. Okay. Also underneath the deck of this moon deck, we have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So Taurus to me is people who they're kind of like headstrong, right? So because of you feeling defeat, or there's just a lot of negativity around you, sometimes we tend to like get that get to us, and we start to be negative. We start to believe those negative thoughts, those negative feelings, those negative what ifs, those negative scenarios. And sometimes we tend to embody that instead of trying to embody the positivity, embody the blessings that are coming, because we're focused on the wrong things. I feel like if there are certain things that you want to accomplish this month or by the end of the year, you need to make a plan. You need to start writing down things, what you want to accomplish, how you can accomplish it, the steps, like, okay, I have to do X, Y, and Z first before I get here, and then once I get there I have to do this, and then once I get there I just have to do this one thing, and then by the time that I finish that, then I will get to my goal. You have to be very more disciplined with yourself, a little bit more organized with what it is that you want to accomplish, your dreams, your goals, whatever that might be. If you feel like things are very chaotic, just try to focus, like, what can you do today? What can you do this week? And what can you do in the next 2 weeks? What can you do this month? And then just try to, just don't overwhelm yourself, because it seems like things might be overwhelming already. But whatever it might be, this is just going to completely change, okay? All right. And then we're going to go to what needs to be released, okay? I also want to concentrate on emotions a lot. So I am going to use this, the Soul's Journey deck, just because I really like that one. So let's see what needs to be released. Now this can be from the past in general, past weeks, past days, past months, past lives, because a lot of interesting things tends to come out. So let's see what that will be for those who picked the Meteorite from Nantan. Ooh, okay, peace. So feeling like you don't have peace. So it says peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Yeah, so basically what we have been talking about, right? Releasing those negative energies, releasing those negative what ifs, just anything and everything that is negative, that doesn't help you look at the positivity in your current situation, that positive things and changes are possible for you in the future, that are underway, or like blessings that will manifest for you that you have been waiting for. It's very important that you start to switch that negative energy into positive, because you do not want to dwell in this negativity, right? You do not want to attract the wrong things to you. That is something that's very important when it comes to manifestation, is just learning what you should be focusing on, okay? And then underneath the deck, we do have imagination. So I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So with this one, you know, not only are you supposed to be releasing this negativity, but also once you let go of that negative, right? Because when we're usually pretty negative and we're letting negativity get to us, what we're constantly thinking about is worries, fears, just very stressful things, right? But once you start to release them, and you focus on the positivity, what starts to enter is ideas, right? Positive visualizations that you can do. It's just going to be a lot of ideas that are going to start to come through. Now, I'm not sure if, like, some of you have like a business, or just like different ways that you can accomplish your dreams and goals, different ways for you to meet certain people, you know, like, it's just like in general where you are supposed to be using your imagination to your advantage. And that is one of the most important ways. How I said, you know, your mind is where it's at, right? Especially if you want to manifest, you want to do the proper visuals, you want to do the you know, the right thoughts. You know, a lot of thoughts, obviously, a lot of times we can control these thoughts, and it's not about blocking them, but it's about transforming them, right? For example, like if I was in school, right, and I had a really big test, and constantly in my mind I'm thinking about, man, you know, like, I barely studied, I don't get this subject, like, I just like having a really hard time, so I am for sure that I'm gonna fail this test. I just know it because I didn't understand this and that, and I don't know what they're talking about, and it doesn't matter what I do, how much I study, I just don't understand it. So, you know, I just give up. I'm just not gonna keep studying. I'm just gonna fail because that's something that I control, because I already know I'm gonna fail, and it doesn't matter what else I do, what else everybody advises me to do, I'm gonna fail, and I'm 100% sure of that, right? So what you're doing with that thought is you're actually gonna go ahead and manifest it, just because you are certain that it's gonna happen a certain way, right? Instead of like, you know what, I do know I have some worries, I am having some trouble understanding certain things, but you know what, I know that because of my highest good, I will pass this test. It doesn't matter if I'm just barely making it. I know I'm gonna make it because I know that I want to accomplish this, and I know that I'm gonna be able to accomplish even more bigger things because I will pass this test. You know, it's just like that. That's an example. I don't know why. I'm not in school, but I decided to give that example. Okay, so we have that. You know, just giving yourself some peace of mind, allowing yourself to be at peace with a lot of situations, especially with negativity, because we tend to stress and worry, and sometimes not even sleep at night because of the overthinking and the analyzing or whatever. I can't talk, you know. So peace is very important, which is the complete opposite of negativity, right? So I am going to pull another card to see what else needs to be released, and we're going to get a little bit more accurate or a little bit more details, okay? So we only got one. So it says sneaky behavior. They are engaging in some risky behavior. Be sure to protect yourself to be safe. Okay, so this might be you, that you are engaging in some risky behavior, which is like, you know, it could also be something that's very very risky, like something that you know you shouldn't be doing, but you just don't care, and you're gonna do it anyways because the adrenaline, because you just truly do not care about the consequences, because you have been doing it for X amount of time. Somebody did it and nothing happened. You're just kind of like, don't care at all, you know, just being reckless, right? So this could be you, right, having these type of behaviors, but this could also be people around you who are the risk takers that are not responsible. They're doing things that can, you know, that can hurt other people, that it can hurt themselves. It could also be like, I don't know why, but like, for example, like car street racing, you know, like illegal street racing. It could be so many type of illicit activities out there, right, that people can get into. And I feel like that kind of needs to change, okay? Just because that could be contributing to the negativity, right? Being around negative people, being around these negative situations or circumstances where it could take you to something even more bigger, even more negative, like getting arrested, getting physically hurt, mentally, spiritually, emotionally hurt, or even hurting others, how I had said. So it feels like there's a lot of changes that need to be made. Just making sure that you are mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, or mentally, I don't know which one I said already, but making sure that your well-being is your focus here, okay? Getting to a space where you are grounded, where there is stability, where you are taking care of yourself, where you care about yourself, right? That you care what happens to you, what happens to your loved ones. Sometimes we can be in a really dark space where we're just like, you know what, F it, I don't care. I don't care what happens, you know, because at the end of the day, we all die, type of mentality. Like, yeah, that is true, but you also, you know, like, why not live a long life, you know, enjoy it, where it's full of happiness, joy, peace, love, success, and not negativity, pain, suffering, worries, fears, depression, you know, like, just no. Just no, okay? So we are gonna see how, well, your main lesson and challenge that will be coming up this month, okay? Oh, okay. So decision and fear control. So some decisions and choices that you have made are based in fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. Okay? So, you know, that's kind of like what we have been saying about, you know, trying to control that negativity, those fears, those worries. And you know what? A lot of times, there's not a lot of, we just can't control everything. We can't control the world. We can't control so many things out here, right? But the only thing that we can control is ourselves, our behaviors, our, how we react to things, how we respond to things, right? Obviously, you can't control every thought that comes in and out. You can't control the emotions that all of a sudden rise from within you, right? But you can control how you treat them. If you ignore them, if you bottle it up, if you nurture it, if you take care of it, if you take some time to understand it. you know, things like that. But the outside world, it's just like not possible unless like you try to manifest with like spell work, rituals, and stuff like that. Then that can help you manipulate those energies into your favor, right? But we're talking about this being your main lesson and challenge. So, you know, there's going to be some things that you're going to want to control, and it's important that you try not to control them. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're scared. For some people, you know, it kind of takes me back to this, where you're scared of stability. You're scared of, you know, actual, real, true love, true support, true friendship, sisterhood, brotherhood, you know. Some people have a true fear of things like that, just because they never had it in their lives, or because they tried to have it in their lives and they just try with the wrong people and they end up getting hurt, or in just like not in a very good situation. Okay, but you can't, you know, you need to let go of the past. You need to let go of everything that happened, because that is what it is. It is the past. Okay, so let's see how we can go ahead and kind of make that fear and control a little bit better. So I would say this will be like your tools to help you with that. Oh, okay, so I have two cards. So we have soul family, strength. Finding your soul family is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You're being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. They will feel familiar, safe, and trusted when you meet them. Send out your intention to connect with your soul family and see who comes your way. Okay, so like, so how I was saying, right, initially with the two cards, the spiritual union and memories of love, like somebody who you have a very strong connection. Doesn't have to be romantically. It could be somebody who just like, who's going to be there for you, and who you're going to feel like right away, like, wow, like I know them, they feel familiar, you know, like it's just something like that. So I feel like that's confirmation. And then the second card is high vibrations, transformation. You have chosen to step into a higher vibration that is in alignment with your soul path and higher knowing. You now have the awareness that you are limitless and ready for transformation. Yes, so transformation, right? It's kind of like what we have been saying here, right? And how I've been saying from the beginning. It seems like a lot of things are completely flipping. Like it's like a 360 turn on things, right? This fear, this negativity turns out to be peace and love. The feeling alone, it turns into love, into companionship, into finding friends, into finding your soul family. I feel like, you know, overcoming this fear and this controlling behavior, or, you know, just kind of like how some of us can be, you are going to find strength in finding your soul family, because you are going to be feeling that support. You are going to be feeling that, how I said, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, that just like that those connections that even like not necessarily push you, but you just can be your true self. And then once you can be, you feel safe to be like that with a person or other people. It kind of like changes you to be different, right? Like, wow, I can be like this with this person. Why not be like that the whole time with, it doesn't matter with who, you know, like you don't have to be with somebody who is supportive, who is loving, who is caring, for you to be safe, to feel safe, to be the true you. You should feel safe within yourself, right? But that's something that finding that soul family and those connections is gonna teach you. And then, you know, being around those negative energies, those negative frequencies, that is going to change. There is going to be a transformation. It seems like there's just going to be like, I don't know, like for some people, I feel like they're going to get like downloads or visions. But I feel like the majority, or just for everybody, there's just going to be things that are like going to automatically click. Like, wow, okay, so all of this had to happen for this else to happen. And I thought it was going to go like this, but it actually went like this, you know? And it's just things are going to turn out in your favor. And they're just going to turn out in the way that you probably never thought or believed it would. Okay? So that's I feel like that is how you're going to overcome that fear and control, because you're going to learn that there is no true way to control. And the best way to kind of like go throughout life is surrendering to the universe, letting things come to you when they're meant to, right? Trusting in divine timing, trusting in the process, that everything is the whole process. Working on your healing, working on yourself, on your emotions, on your own energies. You're just gonna see a lot of fruits to your labor, and that labor needs to be like work on yourself. Okay, so that is very, very beautiful. All right, and now we're gonna move on to how you can be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing. Oh, okay, so one card, and it is the Sage Stick Cleanse number 13. Alone, the number 13 is very powerful. And you know, obviously, if there is all of these energies, specifically negative energies around you, you do want to go ahead and try to cleanse those from your space, right? Somebody who is very negative, you know, they just attract negativity. So this could be like, you know, also attracting negative spirits, negative entities, negative energies just in general. So you do want to go ahead, you know, and try to clear that out mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So when you're doing transformations, when you're doing cleanses, you also want to try to touch all of you. That way you are purging it all out, you are transmuting it out, and you are transforming all of those energies into energies that are positive, and energies that that are of your highest good, and not something that's going to hurt you down the road. You know, so if you have some time, you know, try to, you don't necessarily have to use sage. There's other herbs that you can use. There's like, you can also clear things with sound. There is different type of like sound wands sound wands out there that they vibrate to specific frequencies, and they deal with specific energies within the body around you. You can also use bells to clear out energies. You can use tobacco to do that. So I feel like, you know, clearing out this negativity is part of your healing, because it can get hard to, you know, kind of like move forward from things, get the ball rolling, so to say, when there's so much funky murkiness around you, in you. You know, you just kind of want to go ahead and clear that out. I'm pretty sure there is other ways where you can cleanse. There's so many ways to cleanse yourself. And I do know, like, doing it spiritually, it can help you feel very good overall. So I will highly suggest that. That way you can go ahead and at least clear some things out to allow you to have that drive or that push so that you clear, you know, for example, like if you have like attachments, if you have like a lot of negativity around you, and this is not allowing you to see that certain people around you shouldn't be in your life, that you shouldn't be in certain places, certain situations, even like a job, clearing this out can help you see things a little bit clearer, or to help you see things for what they truly are. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull another card to see how you can do your own medicine this month. And we have the Mist. Trust your inner compass, be led from within. So with this card, how you can also be your own medicine is trusting your inner guidance, trusting your intuition. You know, all of us have intuition. We all have gifts and abilities, but we all have to, you know, kind of work them out like a muscle to get them at our highest potential. You know, not all of us get there to be at the fullest potential, but I would say that everybody has intuition, right? Where you feel that something is right, or you feel that something is wrong, or that certain things shouldn't be a certain way, or, you know, like something's missing here, or somebody's hiding something, or like you just shouldn't be there, you don't know why, but you just have like these feelings. It's important that you trust all of that. It's important that you trust your body, that you trust how you feel energies, right? Not just of people, but also places. Also, like if somebody's telling you something, does that feel true? Does that feel right? Does it make sense? Are they lying? Are they being truthful? You know, like it sometimes can be very easy to notice that, but especially if you have a lot of negativity, that can blind you. So it is important that when you're able to clear all of these energies that are not of your highest good and that no longer serve you, that you listen to what's within you, that you listen to spirit, that you listen to your higher self, that you listen to your I am presence. Because once you start to listen to what is actually within you, things are very different. You start to see things unfold in your favor. You start to see things for what they truly are. A lot of times we can ignore our intuition, and then we are put in certain predicaments, or we just kind of get deeper into the lesson just because we didn't follow whatever it is that we were supposed to follow through our intuition, spirit. You know, there's always signs out there to tell you if something's right, if something's wrong, to confirm certain things. Sometimes we want like evidence, right? Like on paper, screenshots, recordings, words from somebody, you know, like validation. Like that is not, all of that is not always needed, and that's something that if you haven't learned, you will learn, just like all of us. So clearing, and also really listening to yourself, listening to your body. Also, like if you're having like certain pains in your body, certain struggles that are happening in your body, it is important that you look a little bit deeper into them, because it could be that something is now starting to manifest physically for you just because it has been ignored. It needs to be worked on. Okay, I feel like that's something very important for somebody out there, to pay attention to, not just the energies but to also your body, what it's telling you, because you don't want to let it just be to the point where like now it has progressed significantly and you have to take drastic measures to feel better or to change your situation, just because it probably like healing from a past trauma is what created this, but now you have a very serious physical problem now because of it, because it didn't get worked on, because it was ignored, because it wasn't transformed, because it wasn't transmuted, because it wasn't nurtured. Okay, so I feel like that is very, very important. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the self-care activities. So for this one, not only are we gonna be pulling self-care activities, but we are gonna also be pulling some mantras and affirmations, okay? But the first one is the self-care. So what self-care for this upcoming month? Oh, okay. Okay. What self-care activities will help you along your journey for the month of July? I don't know why I almost said supply. Okay, so we have number 30, look for fairies. So for this one, it can actually mean literally look for fairies, like working with the fae. Fairies, fae, they are very, very, very good to work with, to be around. They can help you in so many ways. I feel like majority of them are positive. I personally have not dealt with a negative one. I've seen people deal with negative ones, but that is if you do, like if you're disrespectful, if you're just doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, you know. Always handle all energies, all entities, deities, whatever it is, with respect, right? So you can look for fairies. You could be somebody who has a special connection with them. Probably when you were young, you were able to see them. Probably some of you like connected with them when you were little. It seems like when people are young, they can sense them, they can see them. There's a lot of kids who sometimes they play with them and people think it's just like imaginary friends, but it's not. You know, it's like actual energies that just other people, you know, they don't allow certain people to see them, especially like grown-ups, because, you know, many reasons. But this could also mean like look out for fairies, look out for like the magic in the world, look out for like the beautiful things that are out there, the things that you don't believe that will happen, you know, like embracing if you feel like certain things are not gonna happen, you're being called to do the complete opposite, you know, like be sure, be assertive, like yes, it's gonna happen, I am gonna receive this, I will do this, I will accomplish this, I will obtain this. You know, it doesn't matter if you think that it needs a miracle to manifest. No, like you need to believe it. You need to believe it with like all of you, in order to like truly receive it. Sometimes we all just need some faith, we all just need some hope, we all just need to believe in things, believe in ourselves. Okay, so I feel like that is very important for you when it comes to self-care, because sometimes we tend to neglect ourselves by neglecting our dreams, neglecting what we actually want in this life, and just, you know, allowing ourselves to just have like the bare minimum, or like sometimes people they don't accomplish what they want to just because they feel like they're not good enough, or because of whatever reason they just shouldn't, because sometimes they feel like they're not deserving of it. That doesn't fit here anymore. Okay, that no more of those type of thoughts. Okay, so let's see some affirmations. Oh, actually these are mantras, some mantras. Oh, okay, one flipped. So this is for greeting wellness. So again, you know, we're talking about self-care, but also we did mention the body. So it says, this is the mantra, balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Wow, okay. When we were talking about the fairies, we did talk about miracles, so I feel like that is very, very interesting. Okay, so again, being in balance, not letting yourself be overcome by the darkness of whatever you might have been experiencing or currently experiencing. You do need to be centered. That is why also you were suggested the sage stick to cleanse, which will highly assist you in your journey. But let's go ahead and get some affirmations. Okay, these are little, so they're a little bit hard to shuffle, but oh. Okay, so we have, my life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. And the back says, I am a radiant being, enjoying life to the fullest. Yes, yes, yes. Allowing yourself to be happy, allowing yourself to feel joy, allowing yourself to be at peace, allowing yourself to just be happy. You know, just doing whatever it is that you're doing, being whoever that you are, you know, but having fun, enjoying your life, and not being miserable, and not being negative, not, you know, just not being funky. Okay, alrighty, so and then we're gonna go ahead and move forward to messages from your higher self and your I am presence. So I do want to go ahead and call forward the higher self and the I am presence of the viewers or the listeners, so that we can go ahead and receive messages from their higher self and I am presence, whatever it is that they want to tell them that they need to hear, whatever that might be, please. Okay, so okay, so we got number 15. Ask your spirit guide. Okay, so I'm just checking to see if there's another card. Okay, it's not. Okay, so with this one, ask your spirit guide, right? So again, you know, I kind of saw, you know, feeling lonely, feeling like neglected, like giving up, just like a lot of negative emotions like that. Do know that even though we're here, you know, physically living this human experience, it's important that you are reminded that there is a spirit world, you know, there is support, even though you might not actually see it or be able to touch it physically. There is so many on the other side that are supporting you, that are, you know, each step that you take, they are taking it with you right along. They're taking it right along with you. So you know, like they just can't interfere in our lives just like that, because they need us to ask for that assistance. They need us to, you know, like X, Y, and Z is happening. I wish it was like this, like, and like that. Or I need more of this and that, or I feel this way, or I need help with these emotions, I need help with these energies. Like, you have to talk to them, right? We all, every single body has spirit guides. every single body has ancestors, entities, deities, all type of different energies that are within everybody's like spiritual team, right? Apart from, like, if you have vessels that have spirits or souls in them, those are completely different. Those vessels are here physically with you, but on the other side, there is those that are always there with you. You know, there's also some of us who are multidimensional, and have had lives in other star systems and other planets. There is, you know, they have galactic families, or just some type of galactic being that is supporting them along their journey and along their path. Okay, so ask your spirit guides for help. Ask whatever it is that you are currently needing, or you can just simply ask for things to come to you that are of your highest good if you feel like things have not been going the way that you have been wanting them to. I feel like that's also something pretty powerful. It might seem something very simple or small, but I feel like overall we all want to bring forward what is of our highest good. Okay, I'm also going to go ahead and pull another card for the higher self and the I am presence to see if there's anything else that they want to say. I'm going to do it one more time, and if not, then I feel like that was probably the main message. Okay, and we have perception. Okay. Okay, so 35, perception. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Okay, yes. So basically, oh, that fell. So basically, you know, a lot of things are not what you think they are, right? A lot of things are not going to happen how you think they are going to happen. And throughout this whole reading, it's, you know, cleansing, transformation, letting go of, bringing forward, doing this instead of doing that. You know, it's just like constant, like, energy, just like a shift of energies all around, and the perception, how you view things, how you think about things, how you, I would say, like, accept certain things, because a lot of things, just because we're kind of close-minded or we are open-minded, we either accept them or we kind of like push them away, like, what? No. You know, so I feel like you need to be a lot more open-minded. You need to be more positive about things. You know, let go of the illusions, let go of the old programmings that you were raised or that you were programmed to believe in. A lot of things that you believe are actually not how they truly are, and that is one of the beautiful things about surrendering. You know, like, it's not like, oh, it's like this and it's gonna be like that. No, it's like, it's gonna be however it's gonna be, and I'm just gonna be here chilling on my path, doing me, being in the present, enjoying my life, every single second of it, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future. You know, I'm not saying like be reckless and don't think about the future, but it's just like sometimes people dwell about, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this, or how am I gonna accomplish this, or am I gonna be able to get this done by this date, or in 2 weeks, or in an X amount of days. You know, like, do whatever it is. Like, don't focus on the past and the future. What you need to focus right now is on the present, because if you want change, you do that now. If you want to accomplish something, what is something that you can do now? Is it just planning? Is it actually like taking a step forward, and how does that first step forward looks like for you, or what does that step forward needs to be like? Okay, so I feel like that was that. Okay, And the last one that we are going to do, okay, so one popped out, but let me leave it to the side. So urgent messages from spirit, right? And this is not just, this is like from spirit in general. So how we call forward the higher self and the I am presence of the viewers and the listeners. I also want to go ahead and call forward the viewers and the listeners, ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, galactic families if they have any, and from anybody and anything in their spirit team. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle the cards to see if there's any urgent messages. Oh, okay. All right, so the one that flipped out before I asked was self-love, and it says now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. Okay, and the one that came out after I asked is a father's love. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often inquantifiable, in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason, whether your father is still here or has passed. A father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. Okay, and as I was reading that, I had kind of heard like some tapping noises, or like, you know, like on some stuff I have at one of my altars. So I feel like that is confirmation. You know, whether your biological father, your father figure is still alive or has passed away, you know, that love never dies. If they are on the other side and they have passed, you can still call on them, you can still talk to them. They're still there, even though if you can't see them, hear them, sense them, they're there. Okay, I feel like if this is somebody who did pass away, it could have been some just like life-changing. I feel like for some people, their lives could have just like went completely down after that. It was just like a devastating moment, right? Especially to lose somebody who you really, really love, especially like a mother, father figure, just a parent, you know, or guardian, or just somebody who raised you, or somebody who you deeply love. It's very devastating and it hurts a lot. It can be life-changing from experience. I speak from experience. It's very life-changing. So if they're not here physically, if you can connect to them physically, you need to remember about that love. Whether they're alive or not, you need to remember about that love, how it made you feel, how it made you feel special, how it made you feel safe, how it made you feel loved, how it made you happy. Okay, feel it all throughout you. And now come into acceptance that this love is always there. It will always be there. But now that you have grown, that you are in a different time, different place, you need to start working on your self-love, right? You cannot depend on somebody else's love, whether that is somebody romantically, a friend, a lover, a family member. Love is always within. It's never in the next person. It's never in something else. It's always within you. And if you just don't feel self-love, if you haven't been loving yourself, then now it's the time to start you know, doing these self-care activities, doing these affirmations, doing these mantras to get you there, right? To get you to start loving and caring for yourself. And once you are fully, you know, fully diving deep into self-love and self-care, you're going to start to see a very, very big difference and shift within you and the things around you. Because once you start to do this, is a lot of work, okay? All of these cards, all of these messages, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work if you haven't been doing the work already. You know, it's definitely a lot of changes, just because you do have to incorporate this into your daily, weekly, monthly life activities. But you can do it. You can do it. Once you start to get into it, you're going to get the groove of it, and then it's going to be like second nature, okay? I believe in you. And I do want to go ahead and thank my spirits here that are helping me, along with the viewers and listeners, higher self, I am presence, your ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, galactic families, and anybody and everything in their spirit team that came forward to help us to pass along these messages that were needed, that they needed to watch or listen to. So thank you so much for watching. I hope at least some things or something resonated with you, and that something is able to assist you in your journey. Do let me know down in the description and the comments down below if that was the case, or come back next month to see if, you know, if this truly did help you, or some things did unfold it like we said it was going to. But don't forget to follow me, subscribe, ring the notification bell, because I will be posting monthly. And then also I do private readings. Do message me on my Instagram page. In the description down below, there will be the links where you can go ahead and follow me. I do post daily guidance messages. If you are needing more messages, more guidance from me and my spirits, and, you know, just what, you know, those are for highest good, that I want to step forward and help us in our journey and the paths, that will be very good to do. But thank you so much, and many blessings to you. Hello, this is for those who pick the meteorite that is from Campo del Cielo. Okay, so let's go ahead and do your reading. I'm gonna try, or you can see that. Okay, perfect. I also do have a tea light going. Let me slightly adjust my camera. That way we are able to get most of the screen. So I do have some of my spirits who are helping me out, but let's go ahead and, you know what, let's start off by lighting some incense. That way I am able to clear my side, my space, and also our viewers and our listeners. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and light this pretty quick. I love this incense. Which one was that? Oh, Nantan and sandalwood. No wonder. Okay. There we go. And I am going to leave this burning on the side throughout the reading. Okay, perfect. Alright, now we can go ahead and get started. Alright, so overall energy for July 2023, please. Oh, okay. Oh, number 8, positive movement forward. Oh, that is so exciting. Okay, so positive movement forward. Okay, so that in itself is pretty good. So, you know, the card for our listeners, they do have, it does have somebody on a boat. It looks like in the middle of the ocean, leaving, going towards a new horizon. Okay. And underneath the deck, we do have the number 16, disruption. And it seems like this person, in front of, like, on their chest, they have their arms crossed. Disruption, I don't know. It just seems like, you know, their body doesn't even align together. If that makes sense. Okay. So, what this shows me is that, you know, after some disruptions, after feeling lost, feeling like you don't fit anywhere, like you don't have control, maybe of yourself, of situations, being in like darkness, things not going your way. You know, that's basically like what you're leaving behind. And what's coming forward, or what's gonna be manifested for you, it's gonna be positivity, good changes in your life, right? So a lot of different good things. So basically what you have been experiencing, what you have been living, it's gonna be the complete opposite now. Which is really good. I also want to go ahead and pull another card from this moon deck. Okay, all right. So, oh, I had it upside down. Okay, so one fell, so let me go ahead and pick that one up. So I'm gonna pick that one first. So we have 3 cards now. So the first one, oh, I love it. Okay, so a new start is coming. This is new moon. This is the new moon card, okay? And then we have super moon. Emotions are running high. And then we have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Okay, so overall, the energy of July, it seems like you will be achieving things that you probably thought that they were not possible. So I feel like emotions are running high. There is going to be a lot of emotions, so I feel like there's going to be good emotions, like very good, like happiness, joy, even like freedom. But I feel like there's also going to be some energies or some emotions that are not going to be so pleasant. Maybe like feeling guilty. Even like, just because, I don't know, it's like moving forward, right? Moving on. So moving on from things, letting things go, letting people go, letting situations go. And when things are like that, it's usually kind of hard to let certain people go, especially if we believe that they're supposed to come with us in our journey, if we deeply love and care for them. So that can be a very hard thing to go through, right? But everything that you're letting go of, let it be things, places, jobs, thoughts, behaviors, this is all good for you, okay? Because this is all going to take you to a new place. This is all going to take you to where you are supposed to be. This is going to take you to where your goals are going to be achieved, where your dreams are not only going to be dreams anymore, where they're going to manifest. Okay, if you heard that, my cat likes to pounce on my dog, and my mom just yelled at my cat. So if you heard that, that's what that was. Okay. So I really like that. Also, underneath the deck for the moon deck, we do have step out of your comfort zone. So North Node. how I said, you know, like these new changes are very positive, but sometimes we can be very stuck in the past, and it can be hard for us to let go. So, you know, sometimes you do have to take some risk. Sometimes they're really not risk, right? They're like they're things that are meant to be, but we look at them as risk because they're new to us. It's new opportunities, new people, new places, new things, and we might be used to other things for the complete opposite. I just saw 444 on the time thing right here. So you're going to be taken to a place where there's going to be a lot of stability, okay? But even if it's hard to accept, to go through, just allow yourself to go with the flow, accept these blessings, let go of whatever it is that you need to let go, because it's of your highest good anyways. And where this is trying to take you is something very, very beautiful. It's just all about perspective, okay? All right, and then we're gonna go to what needs to be released. So this is like from the past in general. This can be from the past months, past weeks, past days, or even like past lives, because past lives sometimes can you know, affect our current lifetime, current situations, relationships, and all type of aspects. Okay, so let's take a look at what needs to be released. Oh, okay, so we have two of them. Okay, so the first card says loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. And then the second card is growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Okay, so this is beautiful, right? So basically what needs to be released is, you know, the feeling, the thought, even like maybe programming, that you're alone, which it's never true. I like to say it all the time. What I like to say all the time is that we're never truly alone. Even if we can't see them, hear them, sense them, there is so many around us that, you know, like every single person has spirit guides, everybody has ancestors, everybody has guardians, everybody has a spirit team of different types of energies, entities, deities, you know, whatever it might be, whatever your path and your journey is meant to be, will kind of, you know, change what type of energies your team on the other side is, right? And then there's also like some of us who have a chosen family, or, you know, our spirit family, that, you know, we have vessels with souls and spirits inside of them. So overall, you know, we're never truly alone. There's always somebody there with us, supporting us, taking each step right along with us, guiding us, protecting us, caring for us. You know, there's so many things that spirit does that we don't even know of until like later on, right? Or like sometimes we never get to know at all, and I feel like that's very beautiful, right? So the growth, I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. I feel like it's literally that, where you have to be more open-minded to new opportunities, new people, new situations, maybe a new home. Like if somebody is moving, you know, it can be really hard to leave a home or a place that we're so used to, that we grew up in, or that we just basically we invested in, you know, our money, our time, and all of that. It's hard, and for X, Y, and Z reasons, you know, it needs to be left behind. And this is all part of our growth journey, right? Allowing change to happen, because in reality we all are always evolving, and this is like something that is constant, and this is something that is never ending, because we will always be working on things. Okay, So I have the incense going, and as I was talking, the smoke, I'm gonna try to describe this the best I can. The smoke was like coming towards me, and I wish I could have like taken a picture, recorded it, but the smoke created a number 5. So I'm not sure if the number 5 is a special number for you all, or if number 5 has a special meaning. But I just wanted to go ahead and relay that message. Also 5, you know, 555, for me it means changes, right? A lot of changes are happening, and I feel like this is basically what is happening with all of you. A lot of positive changes. I feel like you all will grow these energies of loneliness, and you will start to feel more supportive, even if you don't have like people around you that are, you know, there literally to support you and, you know, just be there whenever you need them. Sometimes when we go through experiences like that, we just tend to learn how to have our own back, how to vent to ourselves. Sometimes just writing stuff down, or, you know, just talking to yourself out loud, that sometimes helps. Spending some time dancing, singing, moving around, releasing those energies that are stagnant within your body, your mind, your energy, and pushing good ones. Okay, so I do see a lot of good things. I'm also going to go ahead and use another deck to see, you know, if there's something else more detailed, like behaviors, certain type of people that needs to be released. Okay, so that was pretty quick. Okay, so we have manipulation. They twist the facts by altering reality with lies or misstatements in order to confuse you. Okay, so this could be people around you that, you know, they lie, they have masked up, they use illusions, they like to be sneaky. Sometimes they don't even make sense. Or when you talk to them, like even if there's like some type of argument, or you just trying to understand them a little bit better, like why are they like this? Why do they think like this? Why do they do things like this? Or you know, just try to understand them overall. It can be very confusing because some people, for example, they say something and then they do the complete opposite, and it's like, what? But you know, you don't walk your own talk. Or it's just like they just don't give the real them to you. This can be friends, family members, loved ones, business partners. So if you have anybody around you that are like that, I would say to release them. You know, if you know that certain people around you they don't like to be honest, they don't tell the full story and leave out the things that, you know, make them look bad. Especially like a friend or a loved one, right? You will expect for them to be honest with you and, you know, like tell you everything, because, you know, we all make mistakes. We are both dark and light, you know. We can all act a little crazy sometimes. And if you are willing to be vulnerable with them, you will expect for the other person to also be the same with you, right? But sometimes they don't, for whatever reason, or they fake it and they manipulate the situation in their way to get something out of you. It could be your time, money, energy, you know. I would just say to leave that behind. Also, like putting these three together, loneliness, growth, and manipulation. I would say if there's people around you that, like, they might be friends, they might be family or loved ones, and like, it's kind of like they pretend like they're there to support you, but you end up feeling more lonely, if that makes sense. Like, they're honestly not truly listening to you. They're not supportive like they think they are. And it's kind of like they feed off of you, and like, you give and give and give. They take and take, but they don't give as much as you give them. It's not like a reciprocal relationship or friendship or connection. Okay, I would say if there's somebody like that, people like that, I would say to let them go, because they're obviously no good. It could just be like a lesson, right? And once you get them out of your life and you move on, there is gonna be if it's like a friend, there's gonna be more friends out there that are gonna enter your life who are the complete opposite. They are truly understanding, not judgmental, supportive, caring, loving, right? They don't make you feel lonely. They don't make you feel ashamed or guilty or even judge, or any of the things that this person that likes to manipulate makes you feel like. Okay. I do want to pull some cards to see what is the main lesson or challenge that will be coming up this month. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Family dynamic. Reconcile. Your family is requiring our time to heal issues. We have created a wedge or unrest. We all need support as we move forward, and having an open, loving family unit is essential. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this manipulative people, it could be a family member, somebody who you consider family. When it comes to family, it can be a little bit different. I would say try to be a little bit more understanding, just because that is a connection like no other, right? Because you all are connected by blood. But then I would kind of say the same thing about like your spiritual sisters, spiritual brothers, or like your soul family, just because that connection is a little bit different. It's more connection with the soul, opposed to like your actual blood family. You're connected with them by blood, right? And there's also some exceptions where like it's like like this situation is tricky. But here's what I would say, right? Whatever is going on with family, or who you consider family, there's a lot of issues, right? There's a lot of problems. There's like bumping heads, disagreements, arguments, a lot of close-minded energies. Ooh, my ear just cleared for some reason. It just like it cleared out. If that means something to all of you. But also, you really don't want to have issues with people, like holding grudges, or just having like negative energy with other people, regardless of whether your family, friends, co-workers, exes, loved ones. If people decide to go their separate way, regardless of the relationship or connection that you have with them, it is what it is. If they're not willing to heal themselves so they can do and behave better, that is on them, right? If they don't want to admit to their mistakes and they want to play a victim, that is on them, right? I would say like try to be more understanding. Don't try to push the truth certain situations, emotions, energies onto people, because everybody is on their own path, on their own journey, right? And healing is very difficult. A lot of people are not open to healing themselves. A lot of people are not willing to do that work because it's, believe it or not, it's very tough. It's very tough to do healing work. It's very tough to accept our shadow self. It's difficult to be open about our shadow self, right? Because we're constantly hiding it, because we're ashamed or we feel guilty. Then most probably there is going to be judgment towards others who are similar to their shadow, if that makes sense. But it seems like this is the main lesson or challenge that's going to be coming up. Like, you know, this family dynamic, making peace, making things back into harmony, put them together where, you know, everybody can kind of play along, you know, be civil. But let's look at the tools or things that will help you with this family dynamic. Okay. Okay. So, we have passion ignited, desire. Live with passion by stepping into what feeds your soul and gives you joy. When you choose to make room for this in your life, the universe responds by creating opportunities that support your soul purpose and passion. Okay. So what will help you with this whole family dynamic, relationships and connections not being balanced, being out of harmony, arguments, or just like nasty energy between the two, I would say to focus more on whatever it is that makes you happy, what you're passionate about. Like, this could be a hobby, this can be your job, this could be anything, right? So just try to focus. Don't focus on this negativity. Don't focus if this is gonna work out or not. Focus on what brings you happiness, what brings you love, right? Because there's, every single one of us, there's something that that we can do all day, every day, and we will love to do it all day, every day. Okay. So whatever that is for you, you're being advised to do that a little bit more, because once you're more in that passion, sacral chakra energy, right? There's so much creativity, there's so much joy, there's so much just like fertility, but not also like, I mean like fertility as in like making babies and getting pregnant, but also like fertile energy, like new opportunities, new ideas, new energies overall, right? And good positive energies, which kind of goes along with the positive movement forward, our first card that we got for the overall energy for July. So you know, whatever your purpose and whatever your passion, go towards that, work on it. If you're not sure, just try to figure things out on your own, like what you like to do, what you don't like to do. But again, one big, like, it's something that you can do all day, every day, to be honest. And like you will be fine if you don't get paid to do it, you know. That will be that, because again, like, once you're in this energy in the inside, it also reflects on the outside. You know, you might see people being more loving towards you. You might experience people or energies that are like more focused on passion, that are more focused on just like high vibration energies, basically. You know, like, people might be more supportive. So when everything's on the outside are not going your way, it's important to look within and see what is not working on, what's not working within, and transform and transmute that That way you're able to embrace and be the energies that you're needing. That way the outside reflects what's on the inside, okay? And then we are going to move to how to be your own medicine. For this one, to bring forward the necessary healing that you are all needing. Okay. Oh, we have one card. Okay. So we have, number 7, past life medicine. Oh, isn't that interesting? So it's just remembering. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So with this, I feel like there is some stuff from the past life that are coming up. This whole thing about, holding on to things, and then having to let them go. And then once you let them go, there is things that once you let go, whatever it is that you need to let go, there's new, happy, positive things are starting to come forward. Things that you didn't think that you will achieve, that you will obtain. I feel like that in itself is a cycle. It's a lesson that maybe in this lifetime you're finally overcoming it. You're finally passing this lesson. You probably struggled with that in a past life, right? And also for my peeps out there that are gifted, that have gifts and abilities, I feel like once you start to work on yourself, once you start to stand your ground, once you start to build those healthy boundaries with people, with things, with places, with situations, once you are being more accepting towards others and accepting of yourself, I feel like there is going to be kind of like how the card says, remembering who you are, remembering your power, remembering your gifts and abilities. If you're someone who is or was someone that you put other people first instead of yourself, how you're always doing things for people, and like you even like burn your own self out by doing so, and in doing so you also forget about yourself on how to do self-care, self-love. I feel like all of that is gonna completely change. I feel like you're gonna be a lot more focused. So this is what you need to do, right? You need to focus on yourself more. Keep working on yourself. Remembering who you are, right? Also, I feel like you have a big purpose here in this lifetime. After you go through whatever it is that you need to go through, you are going to start to remember. So obviously for some people, you're not gonna like remember, like literally remember where you have like those memories of past lives, but I feel like some of you will get those past life memories. So like, wow, I went through this, or wow, that, like, just find connections in your current life with your past lives. But also remembering that you have power, remembering that you can control certain things, and what you can control is how you react and respond to external things, right? You can control what is within you. You can control how you handle things, how you handle certain situations, surrendering to the flow of the universe by also being accepting of you and of others. I feel like that's also important because I said that more than once or twice. Okay. I'm also going to go ahead and pull another card just to get more details on that. Okay. If nothing comes out, oh, spoke too soon. Okay. Oh, we have metamorphosis, embrace transformation. Things are now different. Okay. So, how to be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing. Embrace every single change in your life. There's gonna be, I feel like there's gonna be big and small changes all throughout every aspect of your life. And I feel like this is something very important. I feel like you need to accept these changes, right? How I said, we are forever evolving. We are forever changing, and that's something that we cannot change. That's something that we cannot stop, because that is the nature of us, to continue to change, to continue to self-improve, to continue to shed things that we're supposed to shed, right? And continuously do it, and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. And this is how we learn things. This is how we get through lessons. Okay. You will be a completely different person at the end of this journey. Oh, and also, if there's like people out there, for some reason, if there's some people out there that you know how sometimes when people change in a positive way, there's also like those people that are kind of like haters. They're like, wow, you changed so much, but like in a negative way. You're like, what? No, like, yeah, I did change, but very positive. You know, I no longer do this, I no longer say this, I no longer think this way, and then, you know, whatever else. I feel like those type of people, like, if you do experience that, I would say to pay them no mind. They're kind of stuck in their own thing, right? But yes, this is I would say emphasis on changes and growth and a positive movement forward, because positive movement forward is changes. It's moving on to the next. It's you know, and also a new start is coming. This is just so beautiful. I love to see all of these changes, because that is exactly what we want to see. We do not want to see like stagnant energies, having to deal with this and that. Sorry. We like to see things evolving, you know? Okay. And then we are going to see what self-care activities will assist you in the month of July. Oh, okay. Alone time. Okay. Now, there might be some of you where you are kind of tired of alone time. I've been there. You know, there's this one time in my journey where I really felt alone. You know, I have family, I have friends, but I just felt alone. I didn't feel understand. Like, nobody understood me. Nobody really gave me the support that I needed. And then I kind of asked Spirit for advice, and I got like, I didn't get this exact card, but what they said was that I needed to be alone. And I was like, I need to be more alone now. Like, I didn't get it, right? But basically what it means is that some alone time, you know, reflecting, making plans, doing self-care, doing self-love, right? Or what? Self-care, self-love. You can do it with other people, but you're meant to be caring for yourself only. You're meant to be nurturing yourself only, right? So I would say take some time and think about what it is that you could do to make you feel better currently, you know, with whatever currently that you're going through. Even like meditation is so good. Going out to eat by yourself, doing like outside activities by yourself, doing things that you're not usually used to, or like things that you're used to doing it with others. Get out of your comfort zone and do those things by yourself. You know, especially there's also like some events or some things where like we invite our loved ones, our friends, so they can come with us, and we don't go alone because we just don't want to go alone, but we really want to go to this thing. But sometimes people, they just go just to go with you, not because they really want to. When it's events or things like that, go by yourself. Enjoy yourself. That way you don't have to worry about if the other person is truly enjoying themselves or not, or feeling like you forced them to go there with you, you know? Okay. Now we're gonna get a healing mantra so you can use this month. Ooh, okay. So we got one. Anchoring the light. Okay. And it says, the light is always within me. Okay. I would say to repeat that to yourself, especially when you're feeling like you're going through some darkness, or the darkness is, you know, like getting to you. You feeling lonely, you feeling like giving up. It's hard to grasp on hope, like, you know, just when you're feeling down, just remind yourself that the light is always within you. Okay. Now let's get some affirmations. Oh, okay. So we got, I am totally adequate for all situations. Oh, okay. So for our listeners, this card has 3 suns, a rainbow, 3 like clouds with rain, and at the bottom there's like some grass with sunflowers, and then on the other side there's like a body of water with a boat, right? And where do we have another boat? We have another boat on the first card for the positive movement forward. Okay, so I feel like that's also confirmation of the positive movement forward, positive things, positive changes, and that this is also a reminder for you that it doesn't matter what you go through. You got this. You got this. Wherever life takes you, wherever the universe pulls you on towards, to whatever, that is exactly where you're meant to be. Okay, let's actually look at the other side. So it says, I choose to feel good about myself. I am worthy of my own love. Okay, and also I feel like that's also emphasis to the alone time. Practicing self-love, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, enjoying time alone by yourself. You know, it can be hard. I know from experience it can be hard to enjoy that quiet alone time, but trust me, when you get like a lot of friends, a partner, you're just constantly around other people, you're gonna be wishing for that alone time. Okay, so enjoy it. Enjoy yourself, and use these affirmations and mantras to help you when you're feeling down, or just to remind you of it. Okay. And now, I do want to call forward the viewers and listeners, higher self and I am presence, please. That way we will go ahead and get some messages from them. So what messages from your higher self and I am presence, please. Oh, okay. So we have 2. So the first one, it's like different colors of red, and it says go within. Okay, and then there's a second card. It says it's kind of like a person with wings ish, and it's purple, colors of purple, and it says be the best version of yourself and start today. Okay, and I feel like this is also emphasis for a long time. For those on YouTube who can see, the little gal in the alone time is doing the same pose as the best version of yourself and start today card. So same pose. Okay, I feel like in order to be the best version of yourself, you do need to start reflecting. There is some changes that you need to do towards yourself, like how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself. You know, those are big, small changes that one can do and that you can start doing today. And I feel like it's very, very important. Okay, and underneath the deck we do have this is like colors, mostly purple, but also it has like little swirls of pink with some white in the middle, and it says, oh, always in motion. Okay, and also, you know, like positive moving forward. I feel like that's also emphasis of the movement and changes and shifts that are happening within and on the outside of your life. So with that, I feel like your higher self and your I am presence is telling you, like, you know, sometimes we do seek certain answers, we seek guidance, we don't know what to do, what's the next step, okay, like what comes after this, and then once I do that, what am I meant to do? If you're feeling lost, if you're feeling confused, the answers are always within you. I feel like who I'm talking to right now, who I'm reading for, is people who are gifted, but you just first have to find yourself. You have to find your power. You have to come back to yourself. If you don't know what that means right now, you will know exactly what that means later. And it's something very, 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 very beautiful. And that's just the work that you have to do right now in order to go ahead and accomplish that, and also to accomplish many, many, many things that you want to accomplish later down the road. It feels like even if like certain things are not manifesting for you, it's because you're not looking within. You're fighting against the current. You're trying to manifest things that are not aligned with you, that are not of your highest good. You know, things are just like, it doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. If it's just not working out for you, maybe it's time to let it go and try to change your focus onto another things, because maybe what you're trying to manifest is not for you. You know, or if maybe it was, no, it's just not for you. I was gonna say maybe it was for you before but not now. But no, if it didn't happen before, it's not gonna happen now nor in the future. If it's not meant for you and it's not aligned for you, and if it's not gonna take you to your purpose and the reason why you're here in this lifetime. Okay, so let's try to get one more card or more cards, whatever pops out, for the go within and be the best version of yourself and start today. Okay, let's see what else your higher self and I am presence has to tell you. Okay, we'll try again. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we have Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. Okay, so I feel like that's very, very important. I also feel like there is deep connections to Mother Earth. Like, you have deep connections to Mother Earth. You're currently going through a phase, not a phase, I would use the word phase just so you can better understand, a phase of changing, of cleansing. For our YouTube viewers, you can kind of see there is a lot of water, a lot of blue. Okay. And also Mother Earth can help you with all of this. You know, you can use the bodies of waters to cleanse those energies from your aura, from you. You can ask Mother Earth, or you can use Mother Earth to help you ground. You can go outside and walk barefooted. Go in a forest, or just somewhere where there's, you know, a lot of green, a lot of trees. Meditate there. So, you know, just sit, be still, watch nature. I love to do that. I can, you know, I can watch trees just swaying with the wind. I can watch that for hours. Okay. I don't know if there's other people out there like me, but I can do that, and I love it, and it brings me so much peace. It definitely helps me ground, because I'm like not even thinking about whatever I was thinking. I'm not worrying, I'm not stressing, I'm just one with nature. Okay. You can also do some visuals of connecting to Mother Earth, like seeing roots come out of your feet, and those roots going all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. And then you can, you know, fill yourself with Mother Earth's energy, and then you can also fill yourself with source energy. People see it different. They can see a white, blue, like white blue for YouTube viewers, like this one, like that type of color. And then just fill yourself, and then also push it into the Mother Earth, and then pull it back up and shoot it back out into the cosmos. That, when I'm feeling very shadowy, negative, dark, I like to do that, or lost, ungrounded, and it, like, I don't know, it's like they changed my battery or something. You just feel the change and the shift within you, and it's beautiful. It's an amazing feeling. I would say to go ahead and try that if you have the chance. And if it's hard for you to visualize things, you know, work on it. Work on your imagination. You can start with really small things, and then like work your way through it. Okay, so we are going to do our last one, and that is urgent messages from Spirit. So I do want to go ahead and call forward the ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, galactic families, and anybody in our viewers and listeners spirit team. Okay, so let's see what urgent messages they have for you for the month of July. Ooh, okay, so we have Animal Kingdom. So it says, animals of all types are extraordinary creatures, miraculous gifts to us. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. Okay. So, if you have pets, spend more time with them. If there's people that you know that have pets, you know, hang out with them. If you don't have pets, you can go to, you know, like a shelter or a place where they let people like volunteer and take care or play with the animals. I advise to do that. But if you like can't also do that, you can go to the forest, or, you know, go outside, watch the birds, the squirrels, the bunnies outside. If there's deer, you know, whatever type of animals are around you on the outside, just go out there, just sit down, watch everything be. Just watching nature on its own, personally, from my own experience, it's amazing. How I said, it's wonderful, it's very peaceful, it's recharging. It helps me kind of like changed my perspective on the world. Sometimes we tend to get, you know, too lost on whatever it is that we're living, and we just forget about the beauty of the world because we're too focused on the supposed ugly, right? I feel like nothing is ugly. It's just like the perspective. You know, even the unpleasant, painful, suffering situations that we go through, it in itself is beautiful because changes are birthed from it. New us are birthed, you know, like birth. Am I saying it right? I don't know. But you know what I mean. So I feel like, you know, just animals, you know, they're so different from humans. You know, they're so kind, so loving, not judgmental. Well, you know, some dogs, some chihuahuas, they might be judgmental or whatever, but you know, like the animal kingdom in a general, it's very beautiful, and it teaches us a lot of things. So I would say to go ahead and do that if you have some time, if you're able to. But that was all for this reading. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below if anything resonated, or come next month and let me know if any of this happened or did help you along your journey throughout the month. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and also if you do want to book a private reading, the links are on the description down below. That way you can go ahead and message me on Instagram, and also follow me on my other social medias, because I do post on the daily. I do daily guidance messages if you want to see more of me. But thank you so much. Blessings. Welcome. This is for those who pick the meteorites that are from Vaca, Muerta. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this here on the side. That way you can also see it. I do have some light going on for my spirits who are assisting me, and obviously for those who are stepping forward to provide messages for our viewers and our listeners. I am also going to light some incense. That way I am clearing my space, and also those watching or listening. Okay. I'm gonna light it a little bit more. Okay. Alrighty, and I am gonna go ahead and leave this on the side here. That way it is burning throughout the whole reading. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and do the overall energy for the month of July. Okay. Oh, okay, so one card flipped and one card popped out. The first card that came out is number 1, Love Begins. And the second one is number 4, Authority. Okay. And then also underneath the deck, we do have number 2, Spiritual Union. Okay, so it looks like overall the energy for July, there's gonna be a lot of wishes being fulfilled in regards to things that you really have been wanting to accomplish. There's gonna be just like abundant amount of love, right? Now this could be like finally finding someone romantically to be with, finally you're able to reach dreams that you thought were impossible before. It's just having to do with things that you truly love, that it makes you really fulfilled. This could also be, how I said, coming together with another person romantically, especially because of the Spiritual Union card that's underneath the deck. Now this doesn't always have to be like somebody who you are connecting with just romantically, right? This could also be like soul family, people who you have deep spiritual connections with, that you both finally kind of like found each other. People who, this is like not the first time you guys are meeting each other. Maybe in this lifetime is the first time, but it's not the first life that you guys have connected. Okay. Also with the number 4 authority card, I kind of see like, you know, setting healthy boundaries, making sure that you're keeping away negativity, that you're making sure that you're putting yourself first, you're putting your happiness first, you're doing what you love, and you're not going to let any outside influence or energies come in between that, or trying to influence you a certain type of way, or to like pull you away from that, you know. So I feel like that is what's going on, and I feel like that is something very, very beautiful. But I do want to go ahead and pull some cards from one of my, I forgot the name of it, but it's basically a moon deck. Okay, the moon faces. So let's see if we get any more details for the overall energy of July. Okay, so one popped out, and it's new moon in Aquarius, and it says bring love into the situation. Okay, and underneath the deck we have full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so this is pretty good. I feel like this is like adding emphasis on the love part. So there is going to be a lot of love in July, right? Not just like romantically, but like even, I feel like even having like a different perspective on the world. Like you're now starting to love your path, your journey, yourself, being more compassionate, being more open-minded, being more understanding and accepting of yourself, of others, of situations, and just everything overall. And I, you know, if any situation that's come up where it is unpleasant, it is painful, unwanted, or just something not nice that crosses your path, you are being told to, you know, regardless of however it makes you feel, whatever type of reaction it wants from you, you're supposed to treat it with love, right? Because typically people don't do that. They tend to react with anger, with sadness, frustration, fear. But you're being kind of like guided to move a lot differently, to move more into the flow of the universe, to move more into like, I feel like your soul purpose, or something very important you came here to do, especially because there's so much love in there. And then with this, I feel like you're more focused on what it is that you're supposed to accomplish, or, you know, if you have any commitments. You're just kind of like, you're not confused, you're not scared, you're not worried, you're more determined to get things done, or to get to wherever it is that you want to get to. But also, like, don't just get stuck in those, you know, lovey-dovey emotions, ideas. Again, doesn't necessarily have to be like romantically being with somebody or anything like that. It could be like a new business. This could be like I don't know, for some reason, like a birth, like a literally like a new child, a new pet, just something new and that is exciting. This could also be like a full-on transformation, where like somebody could all they did was embrace fear, right? And the opposite of fear is love. So now it's like a whole 360 turn on your life, on your thoughts, on your emotions, on your point of view, and just being stirred the right way. Okay, so that's what I feel like July is going to be overall. We are going to see what it is that you need to release. I couldn't get one card, that's why it took a while. But let's see what it is that you need to release. This is like from the past in general. This could be from the past weeks, past days, past months, past years. Even some people are still holding on to things that are from past lives, and it's time to let that go. Ooh, okay, so we have, is it one card? Yes, one card. It is the color purple, and it says acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Okay, and underneath the deck we do have this card that is orange, and it says guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay, so the new moon in Aquarius card, it does have colors of purple, which kind of goes along with the acceptance card. I feel like, you know, being a, you know, I feel like I kind of already touched this, but I feel like it's emphasis, right? Being accepting of yourself, of what's, you know, your current situation, other situations that are around you, your environment, your surroundings, the people around you. You know, there's so many things, and actually, like, we can't control everything, right? The only things that we can control is how we react and respond to things. You know, like how we deal with our thoughts, how we deal with the emotions that come up, our actions, how we treat other people, how we react to what they say and what they do to us, right? So I feel like practicing acceptance is being loving, is practicing love, because it's, you know, being accepting is being non-judgmental, right? It's not jumping to conclusions, it's not being fearful, it's not worrying, it's not being sad. It's just, you know, it is what it is, and that's that. You know, and knowing that you can't control, again, right? And then also with the guilt, I feel like there is like some old programmings, or there's some beliefs that are still lingering, because, you know, sometimes people are raised with certain beliefs that that kind of like haunt them. For example, I don't want to be too specific, nor do I want to use religion as an example, to be honest. But let's just try to speak in a general way, okay? So basically, like, if I'm not this way as I'm growing up, or when I become an adult, or when this and that happens, then I'm not a good person, or I'm not being at my highest potential, or if I don't accomplish this by this age or by whatever, then I'm not an accomplished person, you know? And then when there's beliefs like that, people tend to feel guilty. They tend to feel sad or even mad, and just kind of like let down, because it's like, wow, you know, like my parents, my guardians, you know, whoever raised me, I was raised with the ideas that by this age, I should already be a parent. By this age, I should have already graduated college. By this age, I should already have my own business. By this age or this year, I should already own my own home, or I should have like a partner, you know, like just things like that. It's important that those ideas, those beliefs are let go of, because those are things that completely cannot be controlled, right? Unless like there's certain circumstances where, like, for example, like marriage, like it's an arranged marriage, or I don't know. I feel like everything is kind of like out of our control. Even if it's like money, things having to do with money, you know, there might be some emergencies that come up and that takes a big chunk of our money, or we have to spend it all because of an emergency, or like medical bills, or, you know, just kind of like things like that. And I feel that we shouldn't be feeling bad. You shouldn't like judge yourself or be disappointed in yourself, because obviously if that wasn't obtained, if that wasn't accomplished, it's because it wasn't meant to happen. Because if it was meant to happen, it would have happened regardless of whatever happens, right? Because that's usually how things go, right? If you are meant to have X, Y, and Z on X, Y, and Z, then it's going to happen exactly like that. But if it's not meant to and it's not destined, then there's not really much that you can do about it, okay? So I also want to pull another card for what needs to be released. And let's see what we get, to see if we get a little bit more details or more messages on it. Okay, so nothing came out. I'm going to do it again. Okay, so we have two cards that popped out. One says bad motives, using you. They only need you when they need something. Bad traits. Arrogant narcissist, constantly seeking attention and act as if they are superior. Okay. So either you have these type of behaviors, and these behaviors you need to be completely let go of. You know, this is like very low frequency vibration behaviors, energies. This is not something that's very nice, right? But if this is not you, then you need to let go of those people around you that are like this, right? Those who you feel like they're using you, like they're not really there when you need them, but they're, you know, they come to you when they need something. Let that be money, time, energy, whatever it is, right? It's just like a relationship that you give, and they never give back, so it's not reciprocal. And if things are not reciprocal, then there's something that's wrong there, and probably you shouldn't be in that friendship, relationship, or connection, or whatever type of thing it's between you both, right? Also with people who you know, there's just some people that, you know, they like to show off, like, hey, I just got this new thing, and, you know, blah, 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 like, what do you think about it? And, you know, sometimes people do that not with bad intentions, you know, just see kind of like, oh, what do you think about, like, my new purchase, you know? And they really want an opinion, or they're just really excited about it, and they do want to show it to their loved ones, right? But then there's also other people who they do it constantly, and maybe with everything that they have, and it's like, oh, look, this is like brand name, this cost me like hundreds or thousands of dollars. And, you know, like, you know, there's a really big difference when it comes to that. So if there's people around you that are just like making you feel less, and they like to rub in other people's faces like their accomplishments, and it might be very like material accomplishments, not like I would say, well, material accomplishments, sometimes it's really good, right? But when it's like this person is all about the material world, then it's not good, because obviously, like, who will not be happy if their loved ones got a new house or got a new car after suffering and riding public transportation all the time, and now they were able to save some money and buy themselves like a car that they can actually, you know, take them places, or, you know, things like that. It is fine, but it's some people, they do too much, you know. The people who do too much, you kind of want to stay away from them, just because they're not in the right energy, not in the right mindset. Spiritually, they're not okay, right? So this could be people that are leeching from you, and especially if you're going into a new phase in your life where there's going to be a lot of love, there's going to be like a lot of opportunities. Also, for our listeners, the love begins and the new moon in Aquarius. So it has like somebody like pouring like water, right? So the love begins is like two hands holding, I would say, like a bowl, and that bowl is pouring water into like a lake, right? And the new moon in Aquarius, because Aquarius usually has this image of like a lady pouring some water. So I feel like you are going to be abundant in your opportunities, in your love, and like all these feel good positive energies and opportunities. But with the number 4 authority, I feel like stability is also needed. Like, you know, just because things are going good doesn't mean that you have to let your guard down. It means to like continue to keep working towards your dreams, to continue to let these energies come in your space, in your life, in your energy, but also keeping away the energies that you no longer should be having around you. For example, these people with bad motives and bad traits, and that are narcissists, and that are just, you know, just being leeches and stuff like that. So I feel like some healthy boundaries are very needed, and that is what needs to be released. You know, judgment. You know, sometimes it might feel like you're judging people by letting them go, or it might even seem like, you know, like, am I acting like I'm better than them, and this is why I'm going my own separate way? Like, no, don't look at it that way. You know, like, if these people are not wanting to also see you happy, and they're making you feel less, and they're just using you. You know, when somebody uses you, they obviously do not care about you. They just want to like squeeze as much of whatever it is from you that they can, and then later on they're just gonna move on and find another person. Or they probably have different, you know, like more than one person who they do this to, you know, because they obviously don't know how to have loving, caring, and healthy relationships and connections with other people. You know, they obviously have some stuff to work on and work through. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to what is going to be your main lesson or challenge that will be coming up this month. Oh, okay. Okay, so we have, it's not personal, projection. So many times others project their own pain onto you. The situation is not personal, but rather an opportunity for compassion for yourself and the other person involved. Stop taking the blame by automatically thinking it's your fault. Have discernment of what you own, but also what isn't your problem. Ooh, okay. So I feel like this goes a lot with, you know, having people around you that are narcissists, who probably make you feel like you're the one who's wrong, or you're the one who, you know, made this whole situation the way it is. They don't like to take responsibility. They like to blame others for things, because like, oh, I would never do that, like, this is your fault, you said this, you did that. And you know, it's just like they constantly not wanting to take responsibility, you know. And you know, like, it's not your fault that they're this way, or even if they make you feel that way, it's completely not true. I feel like you're somebody who has a very big heart, and that is why there is some changes happening that are coming forward, if they're not already happening, that will happen, because it's finally time for you to receive the love that you actually need. It's time for you to receive that support from real friends, and you know, people who will just be there whenever it is that you need them. You know, sometimes like you don't, some people, they will just, I don't know, it's like people, you know, sometimes who are using you, they will sometimes like just check up on you and be like, hey, how you doing, and then they ask for a favor, you know. but the people that are coming, you're gonna see the difference in that, and how they treat you and how they talk to you, right? Because these people, they're gonna check up on you without asking you for a favor. They're just checking up on you because they're worried, or they just want to know what you're up to, you know, like, hey, do you want to hang out, or, you know, things like that. And so like, hey, can I borrow money, can you do this for me, or, you know, stuff like that. Alrighty, and now we're gonna pull you know, one tool so I can help you with not taking projection from others personal. Oh, okay, so we have two. Okay, so the first one is good news, positivity. Your prayers have been heard. Good news is on the way. The universe wants you to have expectancy of positive outcomes in your life. You have the power to manifest what you desire of your highest good by co-creating with source. Now is the time to celebrate. And the second one, it says abundance, security. Money is energy like anything else. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you are supported and the money will flow. Okay, so what can help you to not take these things you know, personal, will be focusing on the positive side of life, on the positive things that are currently in your life right now, the positive situations, the positive people around you, positive thoughts, positive words, positive emotions, and you know, obviously, like, continuing to celebrate yourself, celebrate your accomplishments. Even, you know, sometimes we tend to just kind of like overlook the things that we have accomplished. It doesn't matter how small or how big, they should still be celebrated. You know, pat yourself on the back for doing things that that you're finally able to do now, doing things that you probably thought that you were not gonna be able to do them before. You know, just being happy. I feel like that is something that's very important here. Being happy, doing the things that you love, being with people that you love, and you know, that support you and give you encouraging words of, you know, to keep going. And also the abundance, again, you know, like how I was explaining, like the other two cards that are pouring water. I feel like there's just going to be an abundance of positivity, and also, like, if money has been an issue, I feel like that's also going to be coming forward, right? I feel like it's more than love and like money. I feel like it's going to be like everything is going to start to flow right for you. Everything is going to start to feel right. Everything is finally going to start falling into place for you, and that's something pretty big, especially if things haven't been really going the way that you have been wanting them to, or if you have been waiting on certain things to happen, okay, or if something has been delayed. So with that, we're gonna see how you can be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing that you are needing. Okay, all right, so we have 31, spring equinox, eagle, flight. Okay, so I feel that a lot of things are going to start to take off for you. For example, like if you have a business idea, or there's just something that you want to do, but right now you're probably not so confident about it, or you're not so sure, but it's gonna turn out to be a very excellent idea, because it's just gonna like pop off a lot more than you thought or believe it was going to, and it's gonna allow you to reach places that probably didn't seem possible for you, and I'm not just talking like business or financially wise. I feel like, again, this is like overall. I feel like we're not talking about specifics here in this reading. Like sometimes there really are, you know, when it has to do something about love, when it has to do something about money, or like health wise, or even like shadow work. I feel like here's like just an overall uplifting energies and positivity just running throughout every single thing, right? So in this will bring you healing, because it's kind of like closing chapters, closing old chapters, moving on from things, and just being happy, embracing love, embracing new opportunities, embracing yourself, embracing your authenticity, embracing your ideas of whatever it might be. You're just gonna, this is like the, I don't know if you all have started to get into these energies, but you're just gonna take off, and whatever that is, you're gonna take off with it, okay? And that's gonna be like I would say like your ticket, you know, like how some people, they invent something, they come up with something new, when it, you know, it could be a business idea, or, you know, how to handle certain situations, or, you know, whatever it might be, where you just figure something out and you put it into practice, and you start being practical with it, and then you know, you start to let that creativity flow through. It's kind of like a domino effect in your life, and also with like everything in general, okay? And again, like, this is an amazing opportunity, especially if like you know, like if people have been using you, and it has been hard to keep your money up, keep your energy, your health, your mental health, your emotions, getting rid of these energies and these people, and kind of like moving on from it will allow for new opportunities, new energies, new people, new thoughts, new emotions to come through. And what is new and what is coming, it's very positive things, okay? And that, I feel like that's something very important when it comes to the healing. And when it comes to the healing, I feel like you are all towards the end of it, right? Because if it was like just starting in the healing process, or even in the middle, it would be more advice about, you know, like of letting go, or working through certain things, or even like explanation of why things have been going a certain way. But this reading overall has been pretty good and positive, okay? So for the healing, I do want to take another card to see if we get another card here. Okay, so I'm gonna take those because like 5 of them came out, so we only want 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so there we go. Okay, these are 4. I'll take them. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Alright, so the first card, it says the Sacred Well, replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. Okay, and then we have Planetary Wave, Soul Mission, Trust the Inner Call, Soul Team. Third card is Gentle Force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. And then the last one is the cosmic ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings, right? So I feel like when it comes to healing, you know, how to be your own medicine is pretty much taking care of yourself. How we said from the beginning, setting those healthy boundaries, making sure you're not too busy trying to fill other people's cups, and that you are working on filling your own cup. And that way, when your cup is just like abundant with water and you know, just like overspilling, then that is when you will have, it's when you know you have the opportunity, or you know, you're just in that space of sharing with others and helping others fill theirs. But I feel like you shouldn't be helping others to fill their cup if it's like romantically, you know, because sometimes people are just not ready and they just take and not give. But if you are, you know, spiritually, emotionally, whatever, you're doing some type of work for somebody else and you're helping them fill their cup in that way, then I feel like that is fine, because then you will be sharing your gifts and abilities, and also you're healing with other people, which is very, very good, right? And again, giving from a place of plenty, so making sure your cup is overfilled. And I feel like, you know, like doing all of this is going to take you to your soul purpose, to do whatever it is that you came here to do. And then how I stated, this is going to allow for people who are in alignment with you to come forward, where you're going to start meeting people. When it comes to soul family and your soul team, these people, it's very interesting when you meet them. They are going to feel very familiar, like you know them, or you're just going to like automatically click with them. You're going to feel safe, you're going to feel comfortable with them, okay? But also it is important that you're also, you know, don't stop working on yourself. That is something that, you know, kind of happens to people, where they finally get to, I wouldn't say a level, but when they just get somewhere in life where they feel pretty good and they just super extra relax, and they stop working on themselves, they start working on their dreams, they're just, you know, this is so good, I'm just gonna like just chill, I'm just gonna chill out and just let things come to me, you know. That's not fully efficient, just because I feel like all of us, there are things, you know, we're here, we will be forever learning, we will be forever figuring things out, even if like we have completely healed. We're just never gonna stop learning, right? So we might later find out that, you know, we were healing on this, and years later we find out that we actually didn't fully heal from it, because it all of a sudden just came up, or triggers are coming back up, you know. But that is our journey, that is our path that we have to embrace. And I feel like all of this is just, again, it's taking you to new places, new opportunities, new beginnings. It's gonna kind of be like, for some people, I feel like they're gonna feel like they're just reborn again, right? It's like it's a whole new them, it's a whole new reality. Because they feel like so different, but in a very positive way. Okay, so I feel like this is that when it comes to healing. When it comes to healing, I feel like you are already wherever it is that you need to be. I don't feel like you need to worry about healing. I feel like you just need to worry about energies that are around you, to make sure that that you are not blocking nor avoiding, but that you're just able to better handle certain negative energies that might come up later in the future for you, especially since you're going to be shining really, really bright with positivity, with love, and you do not want to let in the wrong person, the wrong people, the wrong ideas, the wrong behaviors. You know, it's important for you to be consistent in the work that you're doing right now and continue to do it in the next days, in the next weeks, in the next months, and the next years. Okay, so continue to work on yourself. Okay, alrighty. Now we are going to move on to some self-care. So I am going to go ahead and pull some self-care activities that they advise for all of you to do for the month of July that will assist you in your journey. Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time. Okay. Oh, okay, so we have positive affirmations, number 41. And there's this lady who kind of has like written over her, I love myself, I choose love, brave, beautiful, worthy, grateful, healthy, happy. Okay, so what can help you also is, you know, talking nice to yourself, telling you good positive things like, wow, I am so determined, I'm very smart, I am beautiful, I can't think of another word. What is it? Like, and I'm an entrepreneur, you know, especially we have a lot of new ideas, and this is like business wise. I'm very loving, I'm very caring, I am love, I am happiness, I am peace, right? So using a lot of that, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say those things to yourself, and that will make a very, very big change in your energy and just like your perception when it comes to you, and also when it comes to life in general. Okay, so let's see if there's any healing mantras for you for this month. Okay, so we'll try that again. Okay, so we have one, and it says releasing expectations, and the mantra says, only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. Okay, all right, and then we will move on to some affirmations. So I'm gonna continue to try to shuffle them until we get one. Oh, okay. So it says, I am neither too little nor too much, and I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Okay, and the back says, today no person, place, or thing can irritate or annoy me. I choose to be at peace. Ooh, okay. Yes, so how I was saying, you know, setting up those healthy boundaries, making sure that there's not people on the outside trying to influence you to, you know, to go off your path or to do certain things that are not aligned with you or that are not meant for you. Okay, you will definitely know when that is happening, just because I feel like all of us kind of have an idea of what feels right and what doesn't feel right within us. So if you feel like somebody is like forcing you to do certain things that you do not, know that you do have a choice, and you can tell them no, thank you, you know. And it's okay to say no. Okay, so I do want to call forward the higher self and the I am presence of all of my viewers and those listening. That way we can go ahead and get some messages from their higher self and I am presence. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we have this card that is very, I would say it's a mix of red and orange, but mostly orange. And it says, speak your truth with passion. So coming from a place of your, like, I would say your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is where things, you know, it's our reproductive system, where things are very fertile energies, where there's creativity, a lot of passion. So I would say, you know, like the things that you're very passionate about, that you love, you know, like when you're celebrating, don't be scared to speak about your accomplishments, or, you know, to even like speak up about certain things that you haven't been doing. Or, you know, let's just say, for example, how I was saying, somebody is trying to derail you, and you finally decide to speak up in regards to that, like, hey, you know, like, I appreciate the advice, but I feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and continue doing what I'm doing, but, you know, I support if you decide to do that or this, and but that's just not for me, you know. Also, it could be that some of you might do like some public speaking, like sharing your experience about something in particular, or even like helping others through similar situations that you were in the past or currently. And, you know, after you move on and things start to change for you, I feel like you're going to be a very good and positive like role model, or people who can just look up to because of the things that you will accomplish or that you have accomplished. Okay, but let me take out another card, and let's see what else they want to say. Ooh, okay, so we have number 42, Tantric Journey. So the frequency of Tantric Journey helps us unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion throughout our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Ooh, okay. I feel like your higher self and your I am presence is telling you to enjoy, have a lot of, you know, if you have the opportunity, have a lot of pleasure. Now, you don't have to have a partner, you don't have to have somebody else, you can do that all by yourself. And I feel like that is very interesting because the sacral chakra, that's, you know, how I was saying, that's where the fertile energies come from, the creativity, and you're going to be in a space where just things are going to be super flowing, and you're going to be getting a lot of ideas. So it'll be good for you to do some sacral chakra work, like listen to like sound bowls that are specifically for the sacral. You could do like, if you know how to do Reiki on yourself. There's also like, there's so many things out there. There's even like sound frequency that you could use, that, you know, it just, you can go online and look those up. But I feel like you need to go ahead and embrace this passion. Let that be, you know, like actually physically or just like energetically, right? Letting that be your drive, letting that be your fire to continue to push you through this journey that you're going through. And then also, if you can, you know, share with somebody else if you have a partner, or if you don't, that is completely okay, because you're not missing something, or there's not a missing part just because you're not with somebody else, you know. You're very whole. It would just be sharing with other people. Even if you're not in that space, it's okay. It's gonna come. It's eventually gonna come. Especially, I see that coming because my first card is about love. I believe, yeah, love begins, right? So whether that is with another person or just something that you really love, it's gonna take off. Okay, so now I do want to call forward the viewers and listeners, ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, galactic families, and just anybody, well, everybody or anybody in their spirit team that has any urgent messages, please. Okay, so we have the card Ground Yourself. So being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you are ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Okay, so I would say that what they want to tell you is obviously to ground yourself, to not worry about things, to try to get yourself focused on one thing at a time, and that way you're not scattered or scrambled everywhere trying to figure things out. But how can you expect to fully do so if you're constantly thinking about everything, and not taking the time to figure one thing at a time, if that makes sense? Okay, so also to ground yourself, you can definitely go ahead outside without any shoes, just your bare feet, walk along the grass, and that will help you ground. It will help you connect to Mother Earth. You can sit underneath a tree, you can sit on the grass, or whatever your environment is, but you know, sitting on Mother Earth with the intention that you are grounding, that you are releasing the energies that no longer serve you or that are in your way, that are obstacles to your happiness, to your soul mission, and to your alignment with the universe and with the divine source, to be completely removed. You know, you could also do some meditation as you're doing this, and this will help you so much. You will feel, personally, I be feeling refreshed. I be feeling like, not as if I took a nap, but you know, like when you go to sleep, or you're like, you take a nap and you wake up and you just feel like kind of like energized again, refreshed, like you just got put in some new batteries in you, how you can just go ahead and accomplish a lot of things. That's how grounding yourself will make you feel You will be able to handle things a lot easier. You will have energy to do certain things. You know, sometimes we're just kind of like not in a good mood, when we're sad, when we're angry. We kind of don't want to do anything other than like focus only on our emotions and why we're feeling like that, or even blaming others for it, and focusing just on that solely, instead of like the whole picture, or like on the things that we should actually be working on and trying to accomplish. Okay, so that was that. So I hope there is some things that resonated with you. Let me know down in the comments down below if something did, or you can come back next month and let me know if these things did manifest as we stated. You can also message me on my Instagram to book a private reading. The description, well, the link of that will be down in the description down below, where you can go ahead and follow me on all my social medias. I do post daily guidance messages if you want to go ahead and check that out. But thank you so much for watching, and a lot of blessings to you. Alrighty, so this is the reading for all of those who picked the Meteorite from Durango. This is the reading for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these little chips of Meteorite on the side over there. And before we start, I am gonna light some incense. That way I am clearing my space, and also all of those who are watching and listening. I do have some light going on for my spirits who are assisting me, and also for all of those who decide to come through with important messages. Okay, so this incense is going to be burning on the side over here throughout the reading, or till it's completely done. But let's go ahead and get started and see what the overall energy for this upcoming month is going to look like for you. Okay, overall energy, please. Oh, okay. So, number 7, choose wisely. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities. There is going to be a lot of choices and decisions that you have to make. So your path and your journey is really going to determine that. This might be very stressful. Sometimes we overthink. We stress, we worry, like, is this the right decision? Is this really what we should be doing? I feel like you shouldn't be stressing out too much, because it doesn't matter what you decide in life, right? Because if you decide something that you believe is not good, sometimes it turns out to be something really good, and then you're like, wow, like, I'm so happy, like, I took the risk and I went ahead and decided to do this instead of the other thing, or instead of picking this other option. Even, let's say, if you do pick something that is not of your highest good, it's, to me, that will be a lesson in itself. You will walk away from that experience knowing a lot of things, because every single experience, every single thing in our life is meant to teach us things, right? So you're going to be leaving out of that experience with tools regardless. And then you will just, the universe naturally will direct you to what is in your alignment and what is of your highest good, and where exactly you're supposed to be at. Okay, and underneath the deck we do have number 5, throat chakra. So I feel like I just remembered, so let's say you have a lot of choices, and you just decide not to do anything. You decide to not pick from your options. I do want to let you know that not doing something or not picking something is a choice in itself that you're making. If you're in a situation where there's like a lot of options, I would say to try to spend some time alone, try to reflect on exactly what it is that you want, and then whatever your option is, pick the option that that you feel is right, that you feel like it's exactly what you are needing, or that it would take you where you are wanting to be. But make sure that your wants are aligning with you, and that this is something that will bring you peace, that will bring you happiness, that will bring you joy, because you do not want to pick something that you're just doing it just because, or to even please somebody else. You know, if you're in that situation, you do want to speak up about those things, like, hey, you know, like, I love you, or I care for you pretty much, but you know, I also have to put my happiness first. I have to put myself first, because I feel like I always put other people first, and you know, it's just taken away from my own experience, from my own happiness, from my own joy. And for once, I kind of want to do something that that I feel that will make me very happy. Okay, so I feel like there's something very important where that you're speaking up for yourself, that you do have a voice. Don't let other people just tell you what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. You know, those type of situations, just kindly let them know, no thank you. Okay. But I do want to go ahead and pull another card to see if we get more details on this choose wisely. Oh, okay, so one card flipped, and it's new mood in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Okay, so that is beautiful. I like to see that card because sometimes we need confirmation. Sometimes we tend to look for outside validation. Know that as long as you are doing exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing, which is putting that work in, that you're constantly working on yourself, constantly working on, you know, trying to be a better person, putting yourself first, setting up healthy boundaries, not hurting other people just because, or you know, just on a happy path, then I feel like you should be good. And it's very important that you never stop working on yourself, because some people, sometimes they get to a certain point where they feel super good about life, themselves, and just their whole situation in every aspect, that they kind of get lenient, and they stop putting work on themselves. I feel like and then that's when, you know, lessons or uncomfortable situations start to come up, to kind of push you to continue to work on yourself. So never stop doing that, regardless of wherever it is that you go, wherever it is that you do pick. You want to continue to keep working hard, not only for yourself, but also for your dreams and whatever it is that you are wanting to accomplish in this lifetime. Okay, so on that note, I do want to move on to what needs to be released from the past in general. So this could be like in the past days, past weeks, past months, past years, or even things from the past life, because that sometimes does come up. So let's see what it is that needs to be released. Okay, so we have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Okay, and underneath the deck we do have the card trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Okay, so I feel like, with all of these choices, and decisions that are coming up, sometimes, again, it can get very overwhelming. We can sometimes get lost in the sauce when it comes to all of that, and it's very hard to be certain in whatever it is that we need to pick or decide on. And I feel like it doesn't matter, like sometimes what we decide on, there's always gonna be like those thoughts like, did I do the right thing? Is this what I was supposed to do? Am I right or am I wrong? And I feel like letting those thoughts go, letting those emotions go, and worrying about it, and you just making a decision because you feel that it's right, and continuously moving on, and not constantly thinking about those choices and decisions that you made. I feel like it's very freeing, because you're not caged up with all these worries and all this stress and all this confusion, right? And then when you're free, you're just happy. You're just moving, flowing with the universe, doing whatever it is that makes you happy, right? That brings you peace. And I feel like you are somebody who has very good intuition. There might be some gifts and abilities that you have, but I feel like your intuition, that is something that you should be trusting. I feel like your intuition has proved itself to you before, or you're the type of person that people go to and they ask for advice, or they like, hey, this is my situation, I'm going through this, and you kind of give them your opinion, or like, hey, maybe you should do this or you should do that, or so that this can turn this way, so that this happens, or so that this doesn't happen. And I feel like you let them know, and then later down the line, whether they follow your advice or not, they come back and tell you that whatever it is that you told them, like, they just tell you that you were right, that they're lucky that they listened to you, or that they should have listened to you because you were right. So I feel like, just like how other people trust your advice, trust your intuition, trust your guidance, you also need to go ahead and do that, because your inner guidance will take you exactly wherever it is that you need to be. Okay. And then we are going to also go ahead and pull another card for that. What needs to be released. Now, these can be behaviors. This can be the type of people that are around you. So I just kind of did that and they fell. Okay, so we're gonna take them because we kind of did ask. Okay, so cheating. The wounded, they cheat to fill an emotional void or place the victim role. Secrets, dependent, could be they are only with you for financial, sexual, or emotional reasons. Okay, so this could be you. You could be having these type of behaviors, these type of thoughts. You're just this type of person. I would suggest that if this is you, to try to kind of change that around. Try to be a better person, grow from these dependencies, from these behaviors, because at the end of the day, they're not going to serve you. They're not going to take you wherever it is that you need to go. And then I'm kind of being directed back to the freedom card, letting yourself be free of these things, like, just be happy, without using people, playing illusions, or, or being like, practicing greed, or, having this hunger for things. But If this is not you, then I would say what needs to be released is people who are like this, who play the victim, who use people for money. You know, like there's so many people out there that they get in relationship just because their partner has money, and they're like, oh well, this person can pay for this and that, and they can buy me this and that. You know, like, you don't want to be that person, and it's not good to be that type of person, because they're only creating karma. So if you know people around you that are like that, I would say to slowly start to pull yourself away from it. I do know, like, you know, like me myself, I used to have friends like this. I used to have friends like this. There's one in particular that they play the victim all the time. You know, like, well, this person said this to me, and you know, it made me feel really bad. We got into an argument. I cried. Like, how could they say that to me? But later on, I found out that this person is also very verbally abusive, very judgmental, not caring and loving as they stated that they are. And a lot of their connections or relationships were because this person was able to obtain something from them or from the other person. It was very like, well, this person can be like my sugar daddy or my sugar mama, and you know, like, well, they can buy me this and that. You know, that's something not very good. Even if you have friends like that, my reasoning for saying all of that is because I later found out that, you know, like, this person really wasn't my true friend, just because as they were using other people, they were also using me, to like not feel alone, to have like just using me for, it could have been money, energy, just stuff that they were gaining, and I really was not gaining on my side. It was not reciprocal. For example, like, you could always be there for them, and then when you really need it, you just feel alone, even if they're by your side, even though they're trying to be supportive, but they're really not, because they're very self-centered people, right? And they love that attention. So if you know people like that in your life, I would go ahead and say to let them go, let them be, let them go on about their way, because you are definitely going to go ahead in a different direction, okay? Or at least trying to figure out what direction you're trying to go through. And I feel like you also need to free yourself from this, because, you know, relationships and connections like that, they're not good overall. It never ends very good. You know, it's better to just, you know, like, bye. You know? Okay. So, on that note, let's go ahead and move on to what your main lesson or challenge that will be coming up for this month. Okay, so let's keep looking. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. So it says balance needed relationships. So make sure all of your relationships are equal and balanced with giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it would create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Okay? So, how I was saying, right, with the people around you, or like with the wounded and the one that's dependent on money. If you have people around you that you know that they're not of your highest good, let them go. If you know people that are around you that are just using you, let them go. If there's people around you that do not have, the people around you don't always have to have the same path or the same journey or have to agree with you in every single thing. No. I find that it's very beautiful for people to be different, to be unique, because every single person is not the same, right? Everybody is very individually unique, and I find that to be very beautiful. But if these people are not being reciprocal with you, then I feel like you just do not need them around. If you're just giving and giving and giving and giving, and they're just taking and taking and taking it away and taking even some more and even asking for more, and they're not there for you, or they don't give to you like you do to them, they gotta go. Okay, they have to go, because how the card says, right, now you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. If people are constantly just taking from you and not giving back, that in itself is very disrespectful, because it's like they're not fully taking you into consideration. They're not taking your happiness into consideration. They're not taking your well-being into consideration. And let's say it's money, like you're somebody who has a pretty good job, who doesn't really like money. So people come to you and they're like, hey, can I borrow X amount of money? And you're like, yeah, why not? And then there's people who just don't pay you back, but you're so nice and you just don't like to see other people suffering or having a hard time because you've been there, or just because you have a big heart, whatever it is. And they're constantly doing this to you and not paying you back. That is very disrespectful. Okay. Anybody that doesn't consider you, who doesn't consider your well-being, your happiness, they gotta go. Okay, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. That's the easiest thing that you can do, because if you try to talk to them, you try to, like, hey, this and that is like this, and I feel like it should be like this and that. A lot of people, they don't take that very nice. A lot of people, they don't care. A lot of people, it just kind of goes one ear and goes out the other. It's like, oh, you're too emotional, or you're too this and that, and then the blame gets put on you. So it's just better to keep it moving. Learn to continue to move on from things, people, emotions, behaviors, because overall you want to be in balance. You want to work to be in balance. If other people didn't want to work on themselves, they don't want to be a better person, that's on them. That's not on you. That is completely on them and on their journey. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their path. Everybody has those days. Everybody's different, and it is what it is. It truly is. And you do not want to be feeling bad or guilty or even ashamed for deciding to just leave things that are not of your highest good in the past, wherever it is. Okay, so let's pull a card that will help you and with your relationships and getting that balance that you need. Ooh, okay, so we have two. So we have awakening, expansion. So you have been receiving messages that it's time for your soul to expand beyond the 3D vision. You are an old soul that is here to do many great things. You have come to realize this through doing the hard work and merging with your higher self. There is no going back, so enjoy this new way of being by having acceptance and inner peace moving forward. Okay. And then we have the second card, which says love redefined, romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created an opportunity for a new chapter with possibilities to cultivate healthy relationships. Okay. So I feel like the tools are basically what I stated. Is knowing your worth, knowing that you're so much better than the people who are trying to take advantage of you, who are not being reciprocal with you. You have to know that you're on a very special journey and path, just like everybody, right? But I feel like you have a very important soul purpose here. And I feel like majority of the people who watch my readings, a lot of the time it comes up that they have special purposes. We all do, but this is just more towards people who are truly gifted and have abilities, especially with the awakening and the expansion, right? Once you move on from certain things, you let go of certain things, you make space for whatever it is that is truly meant for you to come forward, right? To start manifesting, and that in itself is very beautiful. But what is coming and what is manifesting is your connection with spirit, your connection with the divine source, your connection with remembering who you truly are and why you are truly here. Okay. And also the merging with your higher self. That is so beautiful. And I can't fully even explain that. I have lived that and it's intense, okay? But it's beautiful. And also having like that love for yourself, that self-love, that self-care, that self-respect, to put your foot down and be like, hey, you're not a good friend to me, you're not a good partner, you're not a good loved one, you're not a good friend, you're not a good business partner, you're not a good family member. And you know what, I completely accept it. I know how things are truly going, and today I make my decision to move on in a different direction. I love you, I care for you, but I love and care myself more. Okay, so this is about putting yourself first, and about, I feel like it's like about removing chains, letting go of all negative, stagnant energies that are within you emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and also the people around you, the energies, the places. Even for some people it's like your job, you know. So I feel like there needs to be a lot of reflection, but definitely what will get you through this whole funk is connecting with your higher self, seeing things from a different perspective, because things are very, a lot of times they're not what we think they are, and treating people with love, treating yourself with love, you know, just kind of like making love your religion, so to say. Okay. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get some cards on how you can be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing for you. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, we have 2 cards. Oh, 3 cards. Okay. Oh, see, I told you. Okay, so the first card is number 9, Sacred Medicine, Calling. The second card, number 44, Star Blanket, Transition. Third card, number 47, Mosaic, Pieces. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay. Oh, and then underneath the neck, we do have number 1, Sweetgrass Braid. I can't say this word. Receptivity. There we go. Okay, so from this cards, I can already pick up the number 444, which to me that means like your foundation, your stability. I feel like now you're being guided, even though you might be confused, a lot of options, a lot of different directions and ways that you can handle your life. I feel like whatever it is, you're not going to be wrong. Whatever it is, you're going to pick right. Even if things get delayed for you, you will be taken to the correct path. And this path is your calling, your soul purpose, what you're here to do specifically. You know, it can be so many things, but I have seen personally that people are usually, you know, their soul purpose and their soul mission has a lot to do with what it is that they experience in this lifetime and also in past lifetimes. So you know, you can be like a certain advocate about something. You could be helping a certain group through certain traumas. You could be somebody who uses your gifts and abilities to help in a certain area. You know, whatever it is that you're good at, that you kind of went through, I've seen that will kind of say a lot about what it is that you're meant here to do. Just because you're put in many situations where you gain a lot of experience handling those energies and those situations that later on in your life, once you resolve them, you move on from them, you are able to help people go through those experiences and situations, and then you're like, well, this worked for me, or I had to do this and that, and now I'm able to do this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you're somebody who is going to inspire others, who is going to help others. This could be somebody who is a healer, just like a healer, and maybe even able to see things that other people don't, or know things that other people don't, just because if your life has if there has been throughout your life like a lot of confusion, a lot of illusions, a lot of just like not knowing where to go, but your intuition has always been right, I feel like you're gonna use these gifts to help guide others. So with that being said, I feel like you are going through some changes and through some shifts in every aspect of your life, because now is the time for certain pieces in your life to start falling into place for you. That way you're able to do exactly what it is that you're meant to do, or start working towards that, you know, whatever it is that you came here to do, whatever your contract is. And then also once you are, you know, heading towards that path or that journey, a big confirmation about it is that you're gonna start to meet a lot of people things, situations, places that are going to be reciprocal. You're not going to be dealing with people who are trying to leech off of you. You're not going to be dealing with people that are trying to pull you down, or that don't want the same, or that just don't want, like, they don't want to see you happy and stuff like that. You're not going to be experiencing those type of things. You're going to be experiencing the complete opposite, and that is going to be your confirmation, because things are going to start to feel right. You're going to start to feel like, wow, like, I am exactly where it is that I need to be right now. Okay, so I want to go ahead and pull another card from my other healing deck to see how you can be your own medicine. This one to bring forward the necessary healing. Okay, so we have into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. So how to be your own medicine. So how you can be your own medicine is by listening to your inner guidance, flowing with the universe. Whatever comes your way, either it's, you consider it to be good, consider it to be bad, if it rocks you, if it doesn't, whatever it might be, follow your inner guidance, follow what feels right and what your intuition is telling you. Just going to a whole new direction than what you're used to can be very scary, but I promise you that it's not as scary. Like, you basically went through the most scariest things already, just because it involved, like, traumas, very heavy lessons, or just deep rooted situations that had to come out, either from this life or past lives, and you had to transform and transmute those. So that is how you can be your own medicine, is being brave, being courageous. Doesn't matter whichever way you want to go, you will be okay. Remember that. You will be okay. Everything is okay. Everything is exactly the way it should be. Everything is going exactly the way it should. And that is all that you need to know. Okay? So, let's see what self-care activity will be of your assistance for the month of July. Oh. Oh, okay. So we have number 39, plan a vacation. Okay, now, you don't necessarily have to go on a full-blown vacation where you get on an airplane or you drive to a place for, like, that's hours away. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I would advise to, like, take some alone time, or you can go for 1, 2, 3 days, like on the weekend, on your day off, somewhere where you are fully enjoying yourself, where you are completely away from your normal, typical environment. You do want to go ahead and pull yourself out from that. That way, you're getting a peace of mind. You're putting some distance between yourself and others. That way you can truly think things out. You can and just, like, relax and enjoy your time, right? Because who does not want to do that? Okay, so that is what they advise for you to do. Let me go ahead and try to pull some mantras. The mantras that will be of your assistance for July. Oh, okay, so it says, integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. Okay, how we we kind of been saying that, right? Making sure like wherever it is that you go, know that it is exactly where you're meant to be. You know, not everybody in the universe is out here to get you. Is actually, you know, working with you, doing the things that, like, making sure that you are completely okay, and being directed to what you're aligned to, and especially to your soul mission. Okay. Now let's try to do a affirmation. Ooh, okay, so that kind of flew. Okay, so we have, I stand on my own 2 feet, I accept, plus I use my own power. And then it is safe for me to speak up for myself. So you can tell yourself that on a daily basis, or whenever it is that you feel that you don't feel so sure, you're feeling down. You know, it's just kind of good to remind yourself that you are powerful, that you are more in control than you think, but do know that you're not in control of the exterior, of your environments, of the things on the outside, but you are very much in control of your interior, your thoughts. Well, not your thoughts, but how you react and how you respond to things. Okay. But that is pretty cool. Now I do want to call forward the ancestors, the guardians, the spirit guides, the galactic families, and just anybody from my viewers and listeners, spirit team. That way, if you all have some urgent messages, we can go ahead and relay that to them, please. Okay. Okay. So I'm just flued out with a little aggressive. Okay, the first card says gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life. Instead of complaining about what you don't have. Oh, wait. Yeah, so be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. And then we have being vulnerable. Okay. The confirmation that you're seeking to thread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Ooh. And then we have hello from heaven. Your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking about them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. So, very important advice here, right? Even though you don't know what life is bringing forward for you, it is very important that you are focusing on the present, on the now, what it is that you currently have, and that if you are making any decisions, that you are using your intuition and not using your mind. So let your heart guide you, let your heart direct you in the correct direction or path that you're supposed to be in, right? Because ego can sometimes derail us, will take you into lessons, will take you into like some karmic stuff, you know, and that's not what you want to do. But if you are needing more guidance and it's hard for you to trust your intuition or to even listen to it, I would say to have some moments during meditation, or just when you're alone, to connect to your spirit team. Because they can show you a lot of things, they can communicate with you, and it seems like they have already been trying to communicate with you. Now this could be like a butterfly, a feather, finding some change, a dragonfly or a butterfly just flying to you. I know this has happened to me also with birds. Or it could also be like certain smells. It could be like when you're trying to connect with them or communicate with them, you feel like breezes of air, whether they're cold or hot, or just something starts to happen, or even like with numbers, seeing like 1111, 111, 222, 444, 333, 666, 555, 1221, like flip numbers and all of that. I feel like you really need to keep an eye out for those signs and synchronicities, because the spirit has been trying to connect with you, and I feel like that's also part of your gifts and abilities. And you're kind of being put in a situation where you're being put in a situation where you are finding your own gifts and abilities, and I feel like this will eventually develop a lot more, to the point where they're going to be extremely useful for you, and then you will be sharing those gifts with others later down the road when you're a little bit more balanced and you have developed and practiced them a lot more, because our gifts and abilities are like muscles, and we definitely need to keep exercising them and practicing, because sometimes some gifts open other gifts, right? Once they're fully developed, or we're almost there, or it's just kind of like a domino effect. So that was all. I hope some things did resonate with you. Let me know. You can come back next month and comment down below if a lot of these things actually happened. You can also book a private reading with me, but do message me on my Instagram. The links for my other social medias are on the description down below. For our YouTube people, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and many blessings to you.